Hello everyone and welcome to this video on Mixed Bag, where everything is mixed but not in a bag. About less than a week back actually, Pokemon released a brand new Pokemon Presents telling us probably the last information we'll get about two new games. Two, maybe three if you count two games as one game, but anyway, about two to three new games. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. And I am very excited. So I thought before going over that Pokemon Presents and looking at how everything changed, let's just go back and see how Pokemon has evolved all the way back in 1990 all the way to 2021 through the technological aspect. And next week we'll take on the actual gameplay aspect. So let's get started on part 1 of Pokemon Info. Gen 1. Gen 1 had 16-bit sprites and worked on the Game Boy Advance. The games were Pokemon Red, Blue and improved version Yellow, but for some weird reason Japan got Blue instead of Green. There's actually something weird about the improved version Yellow, but we'll discuss that in our video on the gameplay mechanics. As you can see, these were the tiny cartridges, and clearly Venusaur on the green one implies that Japan got a completely different version. Then came Gen 2 on the Game Boy Color. The versions were Gold, Silver, and the improved version Crystal, which had these legendaries because they were box art. Then came Gen 3, probably my favorite generation of them all. They had Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red and Leaf Green on the GBA, Emerald being the improved version of Ruby and Sapphire, and Fire Red and Leaf Green being remakes of the Gen 1 games. Remember how I told you that Japan got green? Yeah, it got remade. Blue did not make it. These are the games, box art, and the legendaries on them are basically given, except Fire Red and Leaf Green had Mew and Mewtwo, not any box art legendaries. Now let's come to Gen 4 with probably my favorite games. As you can see, these are theoretical mega evolutions that we all totally want in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I'm just going to be calling it BDSP, but still, they look pretty good. This was released on the Nintendo DS, the Nintendo Double Screen, or also known as the Nintendo Developer System. Now, the games were many and they are some of my favorite games of all time, second only to the Gen 3 games. The games are Diamond and Pearl, which had horrible Pokédexes, but we'll get into that pretty soon. And then improved version Platinum, which is if you want to play a Sinnoh game, which we'll also get into the regions and all later on, you should definitely go for Platinum. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are Gen 2 remakes. Crystal never got remade because the advanced versions never get remade since these are advanced versions. Gen 5 was Black 2, White 2, White and Black on the Nintendo DS. Yeah, this console got two generations. That's unfair. Anyway, but it's also a precedent, so I'm not gonna argue. Black and White take place in this game, and Black 2 and White 2 are just improvements with completely different legendaries. Then came Gen 6 with Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon X, and Pokemon Y. These were on the Nintendo 3DS, which have 3D capabilities and dual screens, so 3D and DS, which is weird, but anyway. They had Pokemon X and Y, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Gen 3 remakes because we've already discussed Gen 3. It's my favorite gen. Then came Gen 7, the second newest generation. Now this had quite a few games actually, probably the most. Now as you can see, this is a lot of games. It came out on the 3DS and the Nintendo Switch, the latest console, and that's two consoles for one generation, first time. The Sun and Moon were the Alola games. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were improvements on the original Gen 7 games. Then Let's Go Pikachu is a modern remake of Pokemon Yellow. And Let's Go Eevee is like the new improved version of Pokemon Yellow with a completely different starter, which we'll get into the more gameplay side of everything. Yeah, so yeah, you can see Pikachu and Eevee there. Gen 8 is a weird generation. It was launched on the Switch with only two games as for now, Sword and Shield, as I'm actually not sure whether BDSP and Legends Arceus are Gen 8 or Gen 9. Well, they're still great games in the Galar region, my personal favorite region as it is quite brilliant, and that really concludes the generations of Pokemon. It's weird, but it's also kind of fun. We'll get into the technological aspect very soon. So, see you all later, everyone. Thanks for watching.